So right now we're at the Pixton homepage, and you can see that it's intended for people to make work presentations, or teachers, or students, or just people who want to have fun. And you can see some of the backgrounds, some of the stories that people can tell. It's basically, this is a comic strip kind of creator, and you can see there's an underwater scene here. There's a blizzard crossing a bridge with some fire in the background. So there's a very wide range of background presets. I noticed that right away. So basically I signed up for a free trial as an educator, and so that took us here. Basically, so it's telling me right now I'm on my 5th day, and I'm able to create activities that students would be able to do as assignments. So right now I'm creating an activity which I called a day in school, and basically I write the instructions here, assign a due date, and then attach a comic. And I'm assuming that whatever comic I attach, the students would be working with, and then they'd have to add details to it. So this is my first time using Pixton. It started a few days ago, but this is my first comic strip I made. And basically, I just made this quick 2-panel comic idea for the students to use. So basically, if I can zoom in and click to edit, so it's pretty basic understanding. I mean, there is a bit of a learning curve, but I have no doubt that students would be able to figure this out fairly quickly. And there's a lot that you can do. There's a lot that I don't even know about yet. Here I made myself, and then so basically add yourself writing on the board, and I can explain this more in the instruction section. I'd want students probably in a prior assignment to create themselves, and basically I'm able to pull up my character here and use it in various scenes for every comic I would want it to do, and I can make other characters as well. So this is a lot easier than actually drawing it by hand. Those students who want to draw by hand, absolutely, I encourage that as well. It's different, it's related, but it's a different learning style to use online comic strips versus making them your own. So basically I'm here, and I would want the student in this hypothetical assignment to position him or herself here, and add yourself writing on the board, whatever it is. And then I'd probably specify in the instructions to include a bubble, something like here, add text, right? So basically I could have myself saying something and then have the student saying something as well, and just a quick undo. So that's a cool way to get my students to write English, and they could like ahead of time approve it with me, just to make sure like they're getting using the right words kind of thing. So basically it's like homework 1 would be write it out, and the homework 2 would be included in a comic. So that's the first panel here, and this is like a school preset, so they had a few others, so I just wanted to make it quick and easy for now. So I'm making this one a little bit bigger now, and this is just a piece of paper, and they can write down with words whatever it is that we learned about in the class, whether it's colors or animals, whatever it might have been that day. So overall, regarding this Pixton website, it's in terms of age, grade, proficiency, that kind of thing. I think I don't really want to set a minimum age for it. I think anyone who can mess around with computer programs can figure this out, especially if I show it in class. I mean, the youngest grades I'm teaching is 2nd grade, and I think that they for sure could do this. 1st grade even, yeah. So that's a really cool tool, because I mean, all the way up to grad school assignments, I could see this being fun. In terms of how it's used for learning, I just spoke about that, and it could be used for just a fun kind of thing, but definitely it's a great learning tool. Get students to use English as a language, as a foreign language, or and it asks you what specific skill you want to use. And I wrote learning foreign language, but you're able to choose so many presets about if it's a science classroom, if it's a history classroom kind of thing. So it's very wide range, and that's just teachers. In terms of people doing it for themselves, crossing like the lava bridge I showed before, like there's a lot of stuff people can choose from. Do I recommend it? Yes. I haven't seen its power yet. In terms of cost, it's a little bit less if you have more students. Basically, the idea is that every month you'd be paying the school or whoever it is would be paying for the students to use it, and it comes out if you have like 100 students. The cost is around $20 for the month for 100 students, a little bit less. So it comes out to less than $2 a kid in that case, and I think that's great. I could, I think schools could easily find a sponsor. It could be a parent a month, whatever it is, something like that, and then just get, this month is sponsored in memory of this person kind of thing. So I think in terms of funding, that's really, I think the cost is great. 1 to 5 stars. I'm not a huge fan of doing that, but from what I've seen, it's 5 stars. It's really, I could see this really engaging students, especially since they're able to create themselves as a comic book character and do all those poses and just recreate their lives. They could just talk about themselves, draw your family kind of thing. So there's a lot of potential. I think this is a really great product.